I've been fortunate to go on several youth work tours. Until last year, the work tours consisted mostly of building things or repairing structures for those who were not able to do it themselves. They were good trips, and the kids got a chance to interact with those they were helping. The projects were always something that we or the next group coming in could finish. This last year, we worked in a soup kitchen. We ate there, we slept there, we spent all of our time there. I can say with absolute certainty, it was the hardest and yet most rewarding work tour I've ever been on. The kids worked harder than most adults would have. It was hot, sweaty, filthy, and emotionally draining. The kids never stopped. As an adult leader, it was incredibly moving to me when I saw that the kids got the reason we were there. They watched small children, senior citizens, vets, the mentally ill, and those experiencing drug withdrawal come through the food line every day, sometimes for all 3 meals. They saw that some were homeless, but many lived nearby and had jobs and still had to rely on a soup kitchen to feed themselves and their children. They got that work in the soup kitchen is never done. There's always a meal to be served, a floor to mop, or a pallet of food to be sorted. It's a never-ending cycle unless we do something about it. They got the reason we work so hard to promote education equality and fight all the isms that divide us as human beings. They saw the value of human dignity. They got that how we're going to change this terrible thing is through them. We're making our future lawyers, doctors, teachers, and politicians aware that this world is sometimes a harsh place, and we have the ability to do something about it. They got it through a conversation with a man who went by Jay dead on the street. His intelligence was very apparent to all of us. I know many wondered why this very intelligent and compelling human being could be a street person. There was so much potential. He answered the question we were all thinking: mental illness. He challenged our preconceived notions of what mental illness looked like and sounds like. He challenged how our faith mattered. He challenged why we were there. We were trying to make ourselves feel better, or were we trying to make the world a better place? That conversation was life-altering for me. With humor and a string of obscenities, he forced me to take a good look at myself and decide what kind of person I'm going to choose to be every day. Each trip, there are 6 to 15 kids that have seen life outside our Hinsdale bubble, and they will never forget how it made them feel and that it made them think. This is why I go on work tours. We may not be able to change the world with one work tour, but we can change our own attitudes and give our kids a perspective they might otherwise miss. It's like a drop of water into a calm lake. It may not make a big splash, but the effects go on for a really long time. And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with stewardship? Just everything. These trips aren't possible without your financial support. If we don't have a building, programs, and amazing church staff, we don't have the infrastructure to make these work tours happen. Every financial drop ripples and makes a big difference. Please give generously.